in my city, we some gator rockers.
All right, man. So there's a little situation in Atlanta that I wanted to discuss with y'all. I think we kind of chopped it up a little bit in the chat about it, but I figured best place to talk about it for real was right here on the show.
Yeah.
So little incident involving a couple in the Atlanta Police Department. Well, a Atlanta Police Department officer. Angel Guice. We didn't get her boyfriend's name, did we? I don't think we ever really. They never really. They might have gave his name, but I don't think it's like really out there. Yeah. Right. And officer, what was his name? Officer Brooks.
Brooks.
Angel Guice and her boyfriend were in the midst of a ticketing situation where they were in a park in Atlanta after hours. So a police officer pulled up on them and told them, he advised them that it's an offense. You cannot be in the park after hours. I'm going to have to cite you guys a ticket. And the situation escalated from there.
Wait.
Okay.
Because that's probably common known law to people who normally reside in Atlanta and in Georgia.
Yeah, I was just giving the base.
Okay.
The base. Now we can dive
a
little deeper into it. So that's the base. The officer pulled up on a couple who was in a park, standing next to their vehicle after hours. It was like they was just chilling. Mm. They wasn't really smoking. They wasn't smoking no dope or something, no drugs and nothing like that. They were just having some intimate time, just to chill. You know what I'm saying? Like
they might have been on vacation or something.
We've all done that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Chilled in the park, just with one of our little love and touch. It's just chilling. Police pull up, and situation went from there. So situation started with the officer, basically like E said, telling them, "Look, I see your plates. You have an Ohio plate. Mm-hmm. You may not know, but the law is you can't be in this park after a certain time. So I'm gonna need both of y'all IDs." And I think that this is where the officer started to see that this situation may go left with her at this point. I don't know if y'all agree.
He fully cooperated. The boyfriend fully cooperated. I mean, because he's he knew to it. He like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We didn't know. I really think the boyfriend thought he just gonna run our name, see if we got warrants. We don't, so we good. He gonna tell us to go about our way.
That's what I would have assumed as well. We weren't we weren't selling dope or nothing like that.
Wasn't loud.
Wasn't out there drinking, throwing bottles all over the place and shit. It was just some chill shit.
And I'm not from here. I legit don't know.
Yeah, he may just let us off with a warning and let it go. So he asked for both of their IDs. The boyfriend immediately is like, all right, man,
it's always just right in our pocket.
For sure. And he gives up the ID. He walks up I can't remember. Did the officer ask him to come over to the car with him or
to sign? No, he asked him to come over.
Okay, so he gave him the ID. The girlfriend, Angel, she stood there for a moment. She was just
standing there, yeah.
She did not reach for the ID or it looked like she had any intention on giving up the ID.
Yeah, she was trying to just ignore him.
Well, it seemed like to me at that point he was talking to him first, and then she was over at the car just standing there, so
waiting to be talked.
Yeah, right. He was taking care of him first, and then he was gonna get to her.
But he said, "I need both of y'all IDs." He did say that.
He did say that, and she did not get it prepared when he said, "I need both of y'all IDs."
And that's when he was like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna need yours too." And she gave up the ID, and he ran both of their IDs and everything, and came back with the citations for both of them, and said. He told the boyfriend, like, I'm citing y'all for being in the park after hours, sign this. And the boyfriend asked, like, do I have to sign it? And he told him flat out, like, well, you're either going to sign it or you can go to jail.
And to me, that's not good policing. And those are horrible options for something so minute.
I agree with that. I agree that.
I partially agree.
I agree that.
I partially agree.
It's kind of not, if you know I'm not from here, you clearly see I have a license from another state. You could have, the human thing to do, brother to brother, would have just been like, hey, listen, man, I could give you this ticket right now, but you're not from here. So this is a warning. Next time you getting the ticket, bro. That's all it is to it.
Like if I come and catch you tomorrow
that's me.
Or next week, come on, I just talked to you last week or yes. You know what I'm saying? Now I have to ticket you.
Now, there are officers out there that'll say, I'm going to give you this ticket. Because within the law, in the parameters of the law, for me to ticket you for this offense, whether you from here or not. You broke the law, I can give you this ticket.
And then I would say the reason why also is because, ticket quotas are a real thing.
They are.
So
They are.
he probably like, shit, this is an easy 2 right here.
Yeah. That's an easy 2 tickets.
And you know what? I never
here.
took that into consideration.
Yeah.
That never crossed my mind.
Yep. It's an easy 2 tickets. So at this point, the boyfriend hears the option and he's like, "Sure, fuck it. I'm signing this shit."
it.
So he tells Angel like she needs to come over and sign the ticket as well. And basically she refused to sign the tickets, and he told her, well, you can either sign the ticket or you can go to jail. Those options were presented
Which
to her.
again are horrible options.
They are horrible options. I don't want to sign the ticket, and I also don't want to go to jail. But if I have a choice, I'll sign the ticket. At that point, she chose to not sign the ticket.
Repeatedly.
So it's not like she's saying, I want to go to jail, but she's saying, I ain't going to sign the ticket. But you have 2 options in this situation. There's not a third possible. It's like he gave you 2 options at this point.
Now, when we first talked about this, you kept saying, because you looked into it, and there's upon the officer's discretion.
Yep.
I have an issue with what is considered officer's discretion.
Well, I think we've all been in a situation to where maybe we were driving without L's.
Of course.
Right? Maybe we were driving without insurance. Those are all offenses that we could possibly just be arrested for doing at that point. And we've been in situations to where a police officer has pulled us over and given us a ticket and told us to show up in court, but not taking us to jail. That is officer discretion at that point.
Yeah, and even further than that, just normal, because I've been in both situations several times. Just speeding. I've been pulled over for speeding in my prior lifetime. I don't speed anymore.
Lies.
In a prior lifetime.
Gas costs too much in this truck too big.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is true.
I've been pulled over for speeding several times.
Me too.
Sometimes there's been, and I remember every time that the officer has just gave me a warning and let me go.
For sure.
It's been twice.
Yeah.
I remember both of them. And there's been other times where the officer gave me a ticket. So that's
Absolutely.
within the officer's discretion on giving you a ticket, or just saying, "Hey man, slow down next time."
And it depends
Go
on
about
how
your way.
blatant, how bad. Like if the speed limit is 30,
And you going 90. Yeah.
You
Come
getting
on.
a ticket.
Sure.
I probably should take you to jail.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would understand that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing 90 and a 30, you should probably go to jail.
Sure.
I understand that, especially if it's like down a residential street or some shit. Like I get that.
But in the terms of the law, there's no difference between that and being in a park after hours. Both offenses, both punishable by ticket or by, if you refuse the citation. In certain states, the discretion is on the officer to, if they refuse to sign the citation, they can be detained until the situation around the citation is handled before a judge. That those are laws within certain states. So
you know what? I just thought about this now as we're going through this. I actually got a ticket. Well, I didn't. We got stopped. I was booking a chick in our younger days, fucking her at Balduck, and the police rode up on us.
wild as hell.
I used to go to Maharris.
Maharris too. I got pulled. You know what? I got pulled over at Maharris fucking a bitch too, but they gave me a warning and let me go.
Was your dick out when they pulled up?
Nah. It was not.
That's why you got a warning.
Nah, my dick was out though when I was fucking at Balduck.
Because they say this nigga BC. They say this nigga BC don't stand for Brandon Crawford. Cops get mad like, put that thing away.
I was beating it.
So
They asked the girl like, "Man, do you want to press assault charges?"
So when the cop pulled up, so there's 2 cops. So one cop wrote me a ticket.
Were they both guys?
Yeah, 2 guys.
Okay.
So one guy write me a ticket, one write the girl a ticket. The dude who wrote my ticket didn't process it and put in the system. But the one that wrote hers processed her and put it in the system.
So she got a ticket
She
and
got
had
a
to go to
ticket
court
and
and
go
you
to court,
didn't.
and
So technically, you supposed to be a registered sex offender.
No,
mean?
she wasn't underage.
She wasn't underage.
No matter.
Oh, he's in the park with his dick out. Yeah.
You got your dick
Forgot
out
about
in public.
that.
You
Yeah,
have to
yeah, yeah.
register as a sex
No,
offender.
at a park. Like if you just walk
In
in.
public.
No, if you like in a movie theater, you don't have to register as a sex offender.
Didn't Pee Wee Herman?
No, no. He just gotta. indecent exposure ticket. That's what it is.
That's what I got.
You get indecent
I
exposure.
think it's if you within a certain
Distance
range
of a park,
a
school, or playground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you get a sex offender.
For clapping some cheeks, I'm a sex offender.
So let's get back to it.
Okay.
All right. So
we got the real.
she refuses to sign the ticket. At this point, he tells her again, basically, you can sign the ticket, or you're gonna go to jail.
She asking for name and badge number.
At this point,
she
she's
should
doing
ask
that.
for a white shirt also.
When she first walks over, when he tells her that you're being presented with a ticket, she whips the phone out at that point. So it's kind of like, all right, I see what type of time it's on. I have, the officer. He stayed composed for the most part until it got to the point to where he was trying to detain her and began recording. And he told her, asked her name and badge number.
After he done told her once already, she broke the phone out. She asked again. He told her again. Then after a little verbal exchange, she asked again, and he says, "I told you twice already.
Yeah,
not gonna tell you again."
Right, and you clearly have it on video.
She had her phone recording at first, and when
she was typing or some shit.
Again, yeah.
But he, when did her phone? Well, her video started as she was getting arrested because she handed her phone off. So that's what we saw from her phone. So he told her again, basically, you can either sign the ticket or I have to take you to jail. She refused to sign the ticket again. He attempted to detain her. A scuffling match
and then
kicked
she
off
said,
as the boyfriend is recording, and she decided to at that point, once she realized that the arrest was going to be a real thing, decided to sign the ticket. But it was a little too late at that point. I mean,
too late. You had too many opportunities.
I want to just give the basics of the story, and now I want to. How do y'all feel about the situation? Like, where do you want to start?
So this is what I'm gonna say. This is like the ticket is for some petty shit. Just
I agree with that.
To court.
I agree with that.
It's not like you take.
If it's petty, then should it be wrote?
It can be, but it's within the law. But
should it be?
Given
the circumstances of
ticket probably been
we're not from here.
No, she's from there.
We didn't know that, and so I'm going off the fact that we don't know that.
I googled,
and she probably don't be in the park after dark with her thick ass. You know what I'm saying? But her nigga there now.
But she born
and
raised
they trying to find a little getaway.
Get a room. Take it back to you.
I think that the question that you asking is a moral question and not a legal question. You're asking, should he have been petty and wrote the ticket? Is what you asking?
Officers' discretion. Their discretion normally doesn't work for us. And that's my issue. Because discretion is take all things into. I've never been a police officer. Let me be clear. I have worked side by side with police officers. I have had arresting powers and was a special deputy for Oakland County where I could arrest people, but never have. Because discrepancy says people shouldn't go to jail over something they don't fully understand. In my situation, people didn't understand all the dog laws.
So sign the ticket.
So educate them.
Sign the ticket, come to court, and present your case.
Or allow me to educate you right quick, let you know it can't happen again. And like we said, if I see you doing this shit tomorrow, now you get this ticket.
Now, when you say it doesn't work for us, you saying black people.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what you're saying, and I agree that there are situations to where we get the short end of the stick. But you've gotten let go on the ticket by a white officer before.
I've never gotten let go on the ticket.
Have. Well, I have.
Both of my times I got let go, it was by a white officer.
Well, you understand they're the majority of the force also, right? So that's not like
what I'm saying is that there are cases to say that we get that. Most of the time when I got let off for a ticket, it was a white officer.
But this was
like even like you said, they're the majority of the force. But still, he chose the discretion to let me off
and this
at
was
that
a black
point.
Cop.
And this was a black cop. So I don't think that race in this situation right here
because they were all
played into his.
Let me tell you.
I don't think it played into his decision to say, I'm giving y'all 2 tickets.
I hate to say this, and not in like Detroit, because most of our force is black, right? But in these other places, black officers feel the need to put on more so that they can prove that they belong.
I see why I can't go there is it's Atlanta, and I'm gonna assume that it's majority black in Atlanta as well.
Yep.
The police force?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that. In
You
Atlanta,
hear what them rappers talk about?
huh?
You hear what them rappers talk about?
Yeah, but I'm gonna assume
Nah,
that
them
most
other
of that
counties
force.
not like
Okay,
sheriffs
I'll give you
Is
that.
black.
with the
I'll
sheriffs
give you
and
that.
stuff. in
Y'all,
different counties.
but y'all don't feel like
Not in this case.
he was wrong or extra?
I don't.
Wrong.
He was real. He was calm because she.
I wouldn't say wrong. No.
She went on the soapbox for a minute.
So would you say unnecessary?
Unnecessary.
It's his job.
He said, "Sign
Now,
the ticket."
you're talking morally.
Wait. Your job also is to service the community and build community relations.
Sure.
If these people are from Ohio, let's just say her man is from Ohio. If he's considering moving to the state of Georgia, his first interaction with law enforcement is Officer Brooks.
Right.
Do you think Officer Brooks' interaction with him makes him say, you know what? This will be a nice place for us to move to and raise our kids.
See.
You aren't building, that's not good community relations.
Okay. Can I?
Go ahead.
No, okay. So I'm gonna rebuttal, and I'm gonna say maybe he is building community relations by doing that.
How so?
Because maybe, and I'm just going off the cuff. We don't know,
Right.
But I'm just going. Maybe that park is a trouble spot, so shit always pop off at that park, right? Motherfuckers hanging around after dark, drinking, getting fucked up, and they say, "I'm trying to clean this shit up." Because the people are complaining all the time, and then when somebody gets killed there, the first thing they're gonna say is the police don't ever do shit to help. You know, police should have been there. These people, they shouldn't be letting them hang out all the time after dark.
And again, the discretion, when you pull up, the discretion clearly shows these two just in their own little bubble.
Right.
Your eyes show that these two, they just locked in on each other. They ain't causing no shit. My biggest concern is going to be probably them fucking in this park. Like, that's probably my biggest concern.
So I got a rebuttal too. So they all up in caught up in their bubble in their own world. Like I said, now like he said, if there's a known park for some shit to go down, they in their own little bubble and some niggas come up, rob them, kill them, rape old girl. Same thing apply.
And I think that the spot that you talking from is he should have been more lenient.
It should have been more human.
Right. And what it is I understand that part, but he doesn't have to do that. And he could still be a good person and give them a ticket. It just because he decided to give them a ticket didn't make him a bad cop. He's not a piece of shit.
Or go to jail should not have been the only options.
Well, it is the option if that's what I'm presenting you with.
Fully understood.
That might be the
If
rules
I'm from out of town,
The law isn't understood. I told you what the law was. Now you know. Now there's a citation.
Now let me go about my way.
No. I'm gonna give you a citation. Now you can sign this. You can go to court and fight this citation.
That ticket probably was no more than $20-$30.
You probably
can fight it.
I probably won't even show up for this shit.
It might get dismissed in court.
I probably won't even show. So the simple thing to do is to say, "Yeah, I ain't even know, man. I'll just tell him in court."
I'm not saying
sign
he's totally wrong. I'm just saying, as far as when you say officer's discretion and just working with the officers I've worked with personally and like the context I have in my phone, I know how it would have went down. And it's a y'all don't know situation. Or even if she knows, he doesn't know because he's from Ohio.
Right.
His car plate says Ohio. I don't want to leave this bad taste in this person's mouth as far as our law enforcement goes when
Right.
you're visiting here.
Or maybe his way of educating them is saying, "You need this ticket, or I'm gonna give you this ticket, and now you can go to court and become educated on this shit now."
Nah, because
Now you can become my solo point of that is this.
You go, didn't you learn your
is-
lesson even though he didn't give you a ticket? Wasn't you like, damn, I can't be doing that shit?
Of course not. Yeah,
Say that
of course
after
not. I say I'm gonna try not to speed over here anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Lesson
Like, that's
learned,
what it
right?
is.
Without a ticket.
So I think that my whole perspective on Officer Brooks is, did he have to tell him sign the ticket or go to jail? No, but those are the options that he presented to them, and that is it. And when people get into the point of negotiating with the police, if you don't know the specific laws of where you're at, then you probably just want to take the safest route out of this situation, which would have been just to sign the citation.
And I agree with that. She
and go the fuck on about your business.
Also.
You know what I'm saying?
She was in
if
the
you don't
wrong
know the
also,
law, because
but
everybody get this mentality depending on where they from. That I ain't got to sign no ticket. No, it just depends on where you at. In Michigan, we ain't got to sign that shit when they give it to us.
Yeah, they just give it to you.
They just give it to you and be like, all right, this is where you got to be. This is where you need to show up. My name is right here. The number is here. The court is here. This is the ticket number. This is the amount. There you go. Get the fuck on. If you're not going to jail for whatever you've done.
Now, do you think asking people to sign a ticket, given that extra interaction, was actually made to like cause a stir and possibly get more arrests? Because it kind of seemed like a trap. Most people aren't going to be happy about signing a ticket. They're probably going to say or do something you don't agree with, which will then in turn give the officer a reason to arrest them.
In a situation where somebody didn't think they were breaking the law, or if they feel like, hey man, you was speeding, you was doing 55 and a 50. No, I wasn't. Sign the ticket. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, maybe. But if he pulls up and tells you you're in a park after dark, it's after dark, right? You know what time
I just
it
mean
is,
like
right?
overall in general. Like,
I mean, it's a possibility.
If the whole state of Georgia, you got to
to
sign your tickets, it probably causes. That's just one extra interaction that y'all don't need, as opposed to here in Michigan, where it's just like, here go the ticket, here go the information. Get the fuck on.
Well, now you're going way above.
I am.
Because that's not. He didn't make the law. The officer didn't make the law.
You're right. Yeah, but that just came across like, you don't sign a ticket here, you sign a ticket there. If she didn't have to sign a ticket, it would have been a different situation.
But
he could have just gave her man a ticket, like, here go a ticket for both of y'all, and she'd have never been in handcuffs.
But the ticket isn't an admission of guilt. It's just probably
it's not an admission of guilt. It's an acknowledgement
that I gave you a ticket.
It's an acknowledgement that the officer has cited you for a violation.
Yes,
correct.
that I've been cited for a violation. Now that does not make you guilty.
Right.
You are not guilty of anything until you go to court.
Yeah.
If you go to court and you're found guilty, that's when you're guilty. So that's why I didn't understand the whole attitude situation, and I think that's where I think that the issue with that I come up with, and I really don't give a fuck about how y'all feel, people out there listening about what I'm about to say. But she unnecessarily escalated this situation with this officer. She did, and it started from the moment where he asked her for the fucking ID.
Well, I see the Ohio time. I'm not sure if y'all from here or not, but you can't be inside the park in the city of Atlanta between the hours 11 p.m. 6 a.m.
Okay.
You got your IDs on you? You have your IDs on you?
Yes.
I'm gonna need them. You have your ID now?
Just watch the video of his camera, because his camera shows the entire situation, like, and not just her tussling with him, which looks extremely nasty. Because when I first saw the first video I saw was of him tussling with her, and it looked extremely nasty. And I was like, this is some bullshit. Here these niggas go doing bullshit again. And then I had to stop and think, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can find a full video, and if there's a full video of it. And I found a full video, and there was
you baited me actually, because
I wanted to, because I got baited. Yeah. Because I was like, I need this shit to happen to somebody else.
You got
so
me.
I was like, because it happened to me. It wasn't just you. I got baited too.
The first video I saw was the dash cam.
So I watched the whole video, and I'm like, dog, she kind of was on some standoffish shit from the jump. I understand you don't like police, and you may not fuck with the police, and that's fine.
Up my little vibe.
You fucking up my good time.
Me and my nigga
here
from
y'all
out of
niggas
town
go.
Here,
here y'all niggas go with the bullshit again.
She might got kids at the crib. She trying to get a quick little getaway, but not have to get the little quick stay of the room. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Just a little. Just give us 15 minutes in the park, and I'm good.
Word up.
It's $30.
30
I know,
fucking
right?
bucks. Definitely could have got that.
Look, sidetracked again.
Yeah.
What quick stays y'all know about?
It used to be one on Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
The Days Inn.
Is that a quick stay?
Yeah.
Like by the CVS?
No, not the Days
No,
Inn.
I'm not talking about that
It's
one.
a little
I'm talking
motel.
about the little joint. It's
Over by my job, by my old job. Are y'all talking about
No,
the
not
Crest?
that far down.
Oh, okay,
Not that
'cause
far
it's
down.
like kind of
Closer
almost
to
by the Rooster Tail, like going to that. I don't even know if it's not that far as the Rooster Tail, but it's on Jefferson. If you're going north, it's on the left hand side. I don't know the name of the
I
shit,
can't
but it's a
remember the
little
name
quick
of
stay
it either.
joint. But
Yeah.
it's
The Suez over on 8 Mile.
Suez, yep.
Yeah,
I
that's
have no idea what that is.
You've seen the Suez
Yeah,
on
you
8
pass
Mile
by
before.
it
It's
all
on the
the
right
time.
hand side when
Yep.
you're going west.
Yep.
Where at though? On 8
Like
Mile?
right-
And Ryan, it's like right past Ryan.
Yeah, Oak Park area. It's
Okay.
right over in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
Y'all nasty.
I've heard about these places.
yeah, man. My uncle told me about this.
When I got to animal
I heard
control,
that spot on off of was that Harper Woods? I don't know if that's
on 9 Mile.
it's off 94, like close to 9 Mile.
Yeah.
Park Crest?
Yeah, Park Crest.
Park
Park
Crest.
Crest.
damn, I ain't up on that.
That's
either.
right across the bridge from Dorian.
Yep, right by
Is it?
Dorian. Yep.
Same
Oh,
street.
I try to bus by there all the time.
Yeah.
That's a quick stay.
Yeah, it is. They got a quick
Wow.
stay. Yeah.
So when I got the animal control, I worked with a bunch of old perverts and shit. But this one nasty ass nigga's name was Mike. Nigga name was Mike Jackson. This nasty ass nigga used to always take bitches to cause the dog pound's 3511 West Jefferson. You go up the street and it's the boulevard, and it turns and it meets at Fort. So at Fort and the boulevard, it's a little motel called the Crest. The Crest Motel was a $30 quick stay. And when I tell you that motherfucker, he said, look, if you ever just want to get nasty with the bitch you don't care about, just take it to the Crest.
Take it to the Crest.
$30, 4 hours, do whatever you want. Fuck they sheets up, nut everywhere, and go home.
Nut everywhere.
And go home.
And go to
And
the
go
crib.
Nothing.
So I went to the Crest once, right? I'm like, damn, these curtains are see-through. Like for the window,
Yeah.
I'm like, a motherfucker can just walk by and just see ass in the air. And the one time I'm there, a motherfucker just standing outside the window.
Yanking.
I'm like, is this motherfucker recording? Or like, what's happening? So I see the weirdo outside the window, and I'm looking around. I'm like, it's cameras in here.
Yanking.
It's fucking cameras in here. Like, it's a painting in every room, right? And it's like, every painting is like a man and a woman. But every picture of the man, the eyes got like a little glare to them.
Oh, hell no, son.
I'm like, I think it's a camera right here. And I don't want to go and like take the, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I think it's a camera right here. But in my fucking mid-20s, she didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
She was like, hey, let's put on the show.
Oh, man.
Say less. Say less. I'm about to get my whole 30 ball up out this
man.
bitch.
Get my money's worth.
Cats do just stand like one time I was knocking chick off at Maharris, and I'm over there. Something
Maharris was the spot.
I turn back and look. Nigga was in the trying to peer in because the window's fogged up, but he and that bitch like
He on your window?
nigga trying to look in to see.
Aw,
I'm
Oh,
nigga.
nah, you too close at that. Like, that's violating personal space.
I was like, man, what the fuck? That
You
nigga
could be
took
trying
off
to
and
rob
ran.
us. I might have
That
to
nigga
blick that
ran.
nigga.
That nigga ran so fast.
I ain't mean to get sidetracked like
And
that.
super quick sidetrack. You hear about the couple that got caught fucking on the Ferris wheel at Cedar Point?
Yeah, I heard
No, I saw it just popped up on the
Just
just
like
now.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just popped up on my feed, and I was like, I gotta
saw
look at
about
that. Wow.
Kind of makes me want to go to Cedar Point, and just ride the Ferris
Right.
wheel.
Hey, that fucking
They had
Ferris
to
was
clean
scary.
that bitch off.
Ferris wheels are
That
scary.
with that
bitch,
Ferris wheel.
that bitch high as hell,
It's too
nigga.
slow and too high.
Yep.
Yeah, you
that
can
one-
just be sitting there
The
like.
one in
Ferris wheel,
Vegas
bro.
really slow. Take you like a whole hour to
But
go
at least
around
that bitch is enclosed. Nigga, that one at Cedar Point, man, you just be sitting up there. I'll be like,
swinging and shit.
man, I need this bitch to start moving, bro, because I do not like
But
just
if you
floating
up there
here.
for all that time and y'all just slightly rocking, why not fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if we at the tippity top.
Yeah, you gotta wait till you get up there and be like, all right, let's go.
Why not go jump on this dick right quick?
That's crazy.
Like she was probably about to do it. Let me tell y'all something. What's her name? Angel Guice?
Yeah,
Was thick as hell. Angel Guice was
Nice looking
Mercedes
woman.
thick. She was
nice looking woman.
sheesh.
Yes.
Angel. I want you to zoom in on my face at this
Got
part.
you.
Right?
Got you.
Angel.
Let me move out your space. Let me give you
Nah,
some
man.
space.
When that little thing came off, boy.
Oh my goodness!
It was looking rough.
You cannot judge a woman when the wig come off.
And I watched the
That
you
was a
see the
wig.
video,
That
the
was a
full
do-rag.
video when the officer was talking.
Yeah.
He say it's Cleo from Set It Off.
He said
Did he say that for real?
It wasn't him. It was one of the other officers. Once the other officer came, and nigga said it's Cleo from Set It Off. I was rolling. Dog.
And you know what? I'm gonna buy into it's Atlanta, and the majority of the force is probably black because every officer that showed up was black.
Even the
Not,
sergeant.
not one white officer
Yeah, that
showed
was
up.
all. Yep.
So, all right. I forgot where we left off at. Oh, I was talking about why I partially blame her. Not even partially. I think that she escalated the situation to
And
unknown.
Yep. And this is what pisses me off about that situation.
Yeah,
right?
go ahead. Go with it.
She put not only her life at risk, she put his
her man.
life at risk.
'cause he's
You
trying
know
to
this
defend him.
officer shit. You know, like okay, it's not right, but
It happens.
you know the climate,
Yeah.
and you are physically resisting arrest.
And he trying to help.
So and the officer showed full restraint because he pulled out his taser.
Yeah.
And he was about to tase her ass, and he would have been well within his right to tase her because she was fighting back and resisting arrest. So if he would have tased her, I think he would have been well within his right. But we've seen officers kill people for less.
For way less. And the moment that boyfriend looked like he wanted to even
He played it cool the
attempt-
entire time.
Yes.
though.
The moment he would have even just attempted to be like, all right, can you stop?
Yeah.
Oh, his ass was getting
'Cause
either
she- 'cause
shocked
he-
up
'cause
If
or
it was
bucked
white
up.
officers.
Because my man told him to back up several. Hey, back up.
Yeah,
You
back
can
up.
record. Back
Back
up.
up.
Back up. Like you putting his life at risk because you want to be a little smart ass now and
Yep.
shit. Like
Yep.
because you want to be Miss.
Let me tell you something. If that was my girlfriend, I would have told her, shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up and
and
sign
sign
this
this
ticket.
fucking paper. We'll
And
deal with
let's
it
get outta
later.
here.
We'll deal with it later. I don't
more
feel
likely,
like
I'm paying for it
dealing with this
anyway.
motherfucker. I don't
More
feel
No, it's
like
not
dealing
getting
with this.
paid.
We
It's not
gonna
gonna
go
get
to court and
paid.
see what happens.
We're never gonna see this nigga again. He's not. Officer Brooks is not coming for a disruption in the park ticket. He's not coming to court for that.
And that's not
That's
even,
basically a
even
curfew
if you
ticket.
don't, and even if you don't pay it, that's not a
That's
warrant.
not
That's
right.
not a
They
warrant
can't take your
ticket.
license for nothing.
No.
Right, it was no
They
movement
can't do-
violation
yes,
involved.
they can't do anything.
It would have just been you owed the however much
Yeah.
dollar fine in Georgia.
Yep. You
And
just
no,
all fine in
any
Georgia.
other officer in any other state wouldn't have locked you up and called Georgia like, "Hey, I want this nigga for this
Right.
$42
Yeah.
ticket."
Word.
Okay,
Word.
I agree with all. Like I said, my biggest gripe is officers' discretion normally excludes human element, and
I got you.
It can.
that's
It
just
can.
my biggest issue.
It can.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
can at certain points, but at sometimes they can. Like you said, it's just up to how they feel at the moment. And just because like them letting us off of tickets, it doesn't make them a bad cop to the rest of the cops because they let us go.
Right.
Just like giving
I
someone
bet you
a
it's one in
ticket.
every precinct. Like, why the fuck?
Oh,
did you-
for sure. For
Why the-
sure.
I would have
Yeah.
gave that motherfucker every ticket
Yeah,
possible.
for sure. It's always that. But the overall theme is, oh, he's a bad cop. He be letting people go on speeding tickets a lot, or he let
You
he let
aren't gonna
he
be
let two
frowned
people go
upon
on. Yeah, just
by your
like giving
peers.
someone a citation for being in the park after dark should not tell you that guy's a bad cop. He ain't a bad cop
But you know
because
what?
of that.
It was
Because
a
of that
cop.
action.
It was a
That.
cop here. Everybody has seen this cop. He was a speed trap cop. Always had them tall
Them tall boots
patent leather
on.
boots.
The black dude.
Yes.
I
that
got-
motherfucker gave his mama a ticket before.
I had to fucking catch the bus home because of his ass.
Seriously?
Yes.
So you know exactly
He
who I'm
pulled me
talking
over
about.
for a suspended license. He came back. He said, "I ain't gonna take you to jail,
I'm
but
gonna
I
take
am
your
going to
car.
pound your car, motherfucker." Yeah. I had to catch the bus home and crash it.
That motherfucker.
Yep. Them high boots.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to fire him.
He's retired now.
His whole ass.
He's retired now.
Oh, yep. Because this motherfucker was down Gratiot going like 10 miles an hour,
Yeah.
waiting for
He can wait
motherfuckers
people to pass him. Yep.
Got my ass.
It's
got my
kind
dumb
of
ass.
entrapment.
It is.
It's because you're going below the speed limit, and if I go past you, it looks like I'm going fast.
It looks like I'm going fast.
Super fast.
Yeah.
But I can't complain because I was driving dirty. So I got nothing to say about it.
But that same guy gave his mother a ticket. And the mother went to court And the judge looked at the last name and said, Officer, I think his last name was Whitehead or something, but let's just say Officer. Officer, whatever your name is this your mother? That motherfucker looked at the judge and said, yes. And I know because I was there for a bite case that day. This is how I saw this. This dog mauled and killed the grandbaby, chewed the grandma's hands up, and the grandma still wanted the dog back. And they were the case before us.
What?
Yeah. The judge looked at that
This
officer.
dog ate your grandbaby.
And you wanted and 3 of your fingers. Yeah. I've seen some fucked up shit in my life. But the judge looked at that cop and said, Officer such and such, is this your mother?
That grandma should go to prison.
I think she did, actually.
I mean, okay, because goddamn, like, come on, you let the dog eat your grandbaby, dog. Like, what the fuck?
The judge looked at him after he said, yeah, and looked at the mama, and the judge said, I am throwing this ticket out.
Get your
Why
bum
would
ass
you
out of here.
ticket your mother?
Get your bum ass out of here.
Case dismissed. He said, Your Honor, I'm just doing my job. He said, she did not raise you to be like that.
Man.
I don't know that lady, but she
take
did not
them
raise you
fucking
to be
boots
like.
off.
And he had on them tall ass. You see, Randy knew the boots. Randy knew the
As soon as you
boots.
said the high boots, that bitch ass nigga got my dumb ass. And that's all I remember is this nigga high boots. So
That
I'm like,
nigga gave his mama a ticket, bro.
nigga looking like the
Mounties.
Mountie walking in.
Yeah.
That's
I am the
officer
Mountie.
discretion. Why the fuck would you take your job so serious?
You gotta get your
Write
mama a ticket.
And when I tell you, moms was in the hallway cutting up after the.
I bet.
He ain't coming to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He better not come to Christmas.
Not
it
nothing.
ain't no amount of I'm sorry's. Only reason his brothers ain't gonna beat his ass because he'll get him a ticket too. Moms was mad, bro. And that's some
Everything
whole
but
ass
called
shit.
him a child of God.
Yeah, that's some whole ass shit to give
Can we
your
play-
mother.
Can we play Guess the Race?
Oh, he's a black guy.
I was a black guy.
Yeah, right. Did we say that already?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, he's a
He
black
was
guy.
black.
Yeah.
Oh, he really wildin'.
Yeah,
He give OG a ticket.
yeah.
But back to the Angel Guice. Back to Angel Guice.
Hey, look, I'm just saying it was one professional in the situation. It should have been more than just the 2 options of sign or go to jail based on they wasn't, or at least the guy wasn't from there. To me, it's a community relations thing. It's a department reputation thing. It's a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
I understand y'all saying he played it to the law. But if they both were from there, boom, I can't argue it. You know what I'm saying?
Could be a rental.
But my issue is my man's was from Ohio. Yes, you're doing your job, but your job doesn't have to be black and white ticket or just my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying?
But it can be.
It can be, but it doesn't. In every situation, it doesn't have to
And
be.
it isn't. But in this certain situation, it was sign the ticket so we can get the fuck on.
And-
or you going to go to jail.
And I'm
You
not
want to
gonna
give me a
say
hard
you-
time
yeah.
about this punk ass ticket, then you're going to go to jail,
My thing
man.
is, he didn't violate any civil or any of the rights.
Yeah, none of them.
So I
Just
can't.
sign this little punk ass ticket. Sign the ticket,
And she
or you're
should've-
going to jail.
And she should have looked at it like that.
I think
this
that
little
him-
punk ass ticket, we gonna beat it.
There you go. I think that his whole point of saying that was, I ain't gonna sign this whole ass ticket and get the fuck on. Nobody wants to go to jail for being in a park after dark. Nobody wants that. And here she come with the attitude.
She was extra, and she was wrong also.
And causing an issue where issue did not have to be presented. Like, baby girl, come on. It's so much simpler than this. There's no need for that. And then the thing about it is this. Once you begin to get arrested, you want to say, I'll sign the ticket. I was going to. No, you weren't. You were not going to sign the ticket
'cause you-
until I pulled the fucking cuffs
blatantly
off.
said no.
Because you're from out of town.
And what's your badge number?
7452.
And what's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay. And I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, like I explained to him, if you don't sign it, then you're going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Officer Brooks, 7452.
What's the badge number?
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you again.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
That's fine. You want to put your hands behind your back for me? Hey.
Yeah.
First you said, I don't have to.
Yeah, and he said, yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Or I can take you to jail.
Now, what I can say, as far as his language, he was professional with his mouth.
Super professional.
Because when shit escalate in any situation, when a motherfucker's at work, it's hard to remember you're at work.
Yes, it is.
And to be professional verbally the
talk
entire
about
time.
It. Talk about it.
It's hard. If you deal with the public,
man,
I should have went to school like Randy, so I don't gotta do
bro.
that shit, right? But when you deal with the public, it is hard to remember to not be like, nigga, I'm from the block.
Yeah.
It might not be your block, but I'm from the fucking block, nigga. Like you got, nigga. Sometimes I relapse on that bus. I ain't gonna lie.
Who's you talking to like that, fam?
Who the fuck are you talking to? Like, don't let this uniform get you. That's my line. Don't let this uniform get you fucked up.
Listen. Hey man, y'all know what I got to deal with every day.
I was at Mo House earlier, right?
Y'all know what I got to deal with.
That motherfucker came upstairs, used the bathroom. He said, "Nigga, I just got cussed out."
Man.
He said, "I got cussed out because they bill was $3,000. Like I charged them the $3,000."
Man, come on, son.
Mo said,
or like I ran your shit up.
Mm-hmm. He said the lady asked him, "What am I supposed to do for my bill not to be $3,000?" He said, "You could probably just turn off the lights."
Yeah.
And she snapped.
Or pay it.
Or monitor what the fuck you doing.
Yeah. It's probably a grow house. $3,000 in a month.
It was a grow house.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a grow house.
Yeah.
If it's not a fucking
pulling that much power.
If it's not a business, in which if you in commercial business, you expect a bill about that much.
Right.
If it's a house, my nigga, you have a grow house.
Yeah, no way.
You're running UV lights and all types of shit in your basement. You have a grow house, my nigga. And I talked to a nigga like that the other day. He said that he was like, yeah, well, it used to be a grow house, but we took all the stuff down. I'm like, well, you still owe the bill because when it was a grow house, you racked up some money on this bitch. So there you go. Even though you're not doing it no more, nigga.
I'm not gonna bash the officer super bad like I was initially mad from the first video.
Yeah.
I just feel that as officers, y'all also service the public. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the absolute law, which is writing a ticket, taking people to jail, is not necessary. Because sometimes you just have to educate people. Because a lot of people are not educated on the law like an officer is supposed to be. And you show that leniency. And that's what builds community and community relations, in my opinion. Because you never know, that officer could be in a situation where he might get drawn down on, and a nigga got the drop on him. But this motherfucker who you let off on some little bullshit might know little man that got the drop on you and say, hey, nah, he one of the good ones.
That's one of the extreme situations.
This
is a ticket in the park. Sign this bitch or I have to take you to jail.
Right.
That is a very, very simple thing. Just sign this shit and we on our fucking way.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I agree. Officers do need to use their discretion to try and build community relations. It's fucking 12 o'clock at night. Sign this fucking ticket so I can get the fuck out of here, bro.
This thick ass woman, you know this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Like that, the way they own each other.
But that's when they give you the ticket. Those are the situations they give you the ticket in.
You catch BC with a whole log in the bitch. You know what I'm
No,
saying? It
those
wasn't
are
even
the
like that.
Man, those are the situations
he
where
was
they
like-
give you the
what if he
ticket.
said
When you
sorry?
with a chick and you get stopped for some bullshit, that's when they gonna give you the ticket, bro.
Yeah.
That's when you get
What
it.
if he pulled up and said, nah, let me take your chick off your hands?
See, now then he a whole ass nigga.
He say,
Then he a
"She
whole
gonna be with
ass
me."
nigga.
If she
But
leave,
let's get to the physical part because I think
Okay.
that this is the part where
Do
a
you
lot
feel
of
like
people
he should have handled
are,
the female that way?
At that point, I think that
Because let me state, Officer Brooks wasn't a little nigga. Officer Brooks be in the gym.
He definitely could have body slammed the fuck out of her if he wanted to.
He could have
He could have
suplexed her on the neck.
completely restrained her to the full extent that he wanted to if he decided to, because it's a big motherfucker.
And like Randy said,
But she
he
wasn't a
was
little
well
girl
within his
either,
rights to hit her with the taser if he wanted to,
because she was definitely
which would have
fighting
been
back
extreme.
and resisting.
Would have been a little extreme.
And I think that going back to my point to where it got to the physicality, the whole, okay, I'm going to sign now that I'm arresting you. At this point, it's too late now.
Too late.
Because a minute ago, you told me within no certain terms were you willing to sign this, even though I told you, sign it or I'm going to have to take you to jail. You still told me no. So clearly you don't mind going to jail at this point. So now when I'm arresting you, you want to decide you want to sign it. No, it's too late for all of that now.
Stop me up, man.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back.
Come on.
I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking a question. All I'm doing is
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind
Mr.
your back. You're
Brooks.
under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
Sir,
Put your hands
I'm
behind your back.
asking you a question.
Okay? I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hands behind your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary? Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my man.
She needs to put her. Let her phone down.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay, Mr. Brooks.
Give her a chance. Come on, sir. Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because I'm
If you wanted to go to jail, you clearly wanted to go to jail because you knew the options at this point.
And again, I watched the full, even all the interaction with the cops. And when he was explaining to other people, he was like, "Look, after I started to arrest her, then she wanted to sign the ticket. He was like, I don't play like that.
I don't want to play them games.
Once I pull out the cuffs, it's over. It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
You want me to pull out the cuffs and be like, and then, I'll sign it. You better.
Yeah.
No. If I take the cuffs out,
Right. It's over.
If I pull the cuffs off, they're going on wrist.
And
That's just it.
And again, like he said when he was explaining, he was like, all he did was give her a leg sweep.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, he gave her a leg sweep.
I only watched like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
of it.
but I watched the whole
It was
thing.
40
I just
long.
gave her the leg sweep. He was like, I didn't throw any punches. I didn't do anything. I just gave her a leg sweep. And
during this whole situation, he's being cordial to the boyfriend. Like, step back.
Yep.
Just stay back. Just stay back. I'm not gonna hurt
I feel
her.
like she might have been a little strong.
I am not gonna hurt her. Oh,
she was a little strong because he was struggling.
She was absolutely strong.
He was struggling. He was a big dude, and he was struggling. He trying to get them arms.
I don't have a doubt that
muscle from that ass.
Yeah,
He's trying to show.
He was trying.
he was showing. I don't have a doubt that if he wanted to physically detain her, he could have absolutely detained her. But he didn't want to do that to her.
And it's a woman.
He didn't want to do it to her.
And when it's all male officers and the female suspect, it's a real thin line between they arrested me and I was sexually assaulted.
Yeah, because she could be like, well, while he was dragging me on, while he was trying to put me on the ground, he grabbed my ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's why I'm glad that
that's what makes it dicey also. And I feel like when they searched her, she might have a claim with that because a male officer shouldn't search a
but they
female.
can. There's no law against a male officer searching a
They're
female
supposed
suspect.
to call a female officer.
There's no law against it. As a courtesy, they can call. But if ain't no female officers in the vicinity,
all dudes showed up.
We gonna fucking wait an hour and a half for a female to come just so we can search. Say there's a crackhead. Ain't no questions then. Let this nigga search this woman crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Just because she ain't a crackhead don't mean that you can't search her. All right, now maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, educate me. I believe that a male can, as long as being supervised, can search a woman as long as to make sure that shit don't get out of hand.
A woman, but I could be wrong also.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just play it like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Educate us. Yeah, please.
They said somebody was talking about like, because the dude had the phone, and she was just like, realized like, dang, my phone's unlocked with him. Like, can I get my phone? When she's in the back seat,
she told the officer to give him the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said she's asked for it back. I didn't hear that part of it.
Yeah,
I didn't hear her ask for it back.
So and you know what? The bigger thing about this, the first thing that remember you said that I baited you into it.
Yeah,
that's the thing that really kind of it kind of irked me a little bit was that this was the video that was circulating before we got the full thing, and it really just gave the absolute wrong perception, and that's why. I hate to say this because there are so many situations where these cops are wrong and they beat niggas ass wrongfully, and they assault them, and they attack them, and they kill people, you know what I'm saying, without purpose. Sometimes I just got to kind of look at I want to be like, I need to see the whole thing. And then when you say that to a group of people and they like, you a fucking coon. Yeah. You a coon. Fuck these cops. No. It's like, what's so wrong about saying, can I have all of the information? If somebody run up to you and say, hey, yo, you give me 100, I get you 5,000 back. You're not just going to be like, bet, here go the 100. You're going to be like,
how that work?
Can I know exactly how it works? Mm-hmm. Can I get a little more information before I do this? Now, I see that, you know, people around you got money, and that's all fine, but can you give me a little more information just so I know? Yeah. And then people look at you like you just so wrong for not going with the narrative initially. The time is over for the fucking going with the narrative and all that shit in a lot of situations, not just with police. Because you can't take everything that you fucking see on the internet at face value, bro.
Yep. So
come on, man.
Remember the Chris Brown situation where she was trying to make it seem like he was doing all this, and then they upped the video of her talking to the sister like, I just want him to speak to
Who
me.
Is her?
I forgot the girl name.
Remember the chick with the
that was stalking him and shit.
Not Karuchi?
Not Karuchi.
Karuchi!
The chick that he hit once on the
I remember. I mean, it was like on Diddy Island or some shit.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then he got the dude recorded. So I was like, I just tell him to speak to me again. I just want to talk to him. I don't know why he just stopped talking to me and stuff like that. And then just telling the whole thing. And he was like, yeah, now all y'all ain't got nothing to say now.
Right.
When the video dropped,
there's nothing else to
that
say.
Same energy.
Yeah, there's no more energy then. When the whole video come out, then it's just no more energy. It's like, oh, well, let's just forget about that.
Nah, vilify
Let's just put
her.
that to the side. Let's just put that to the side.
Vilify her.
Yeah. I'm going to hold her accountable for her role also. I just think on both ends, some things could have been done better and it didn't have to go where it went.
Personally, I feel like he could have just been like, hey, man, y'all got to go. Personally,
Yeah.
I do.
But
I agree with
professionally
that.
and to the book.
But he didn't have to. And you can't be mad at him for saying, I'm going to give you a ticket. Real quick.